Welcome back, folks, and welcome back to episode 3 in our Operation CCC series. I'm Lloyd Purvis, this is Liga Purvis, my wife, and this is Run4Adventure. So we are just about to head out on Liga's next training run. It's a training run with a difference. It's probably a giveaway that the fact the sun is going down, it's 9 o'clock and we've both got head torches on our heads. Yep, we are heading out into the mountains under the cover of darkness. Now, it's quite hard to film at night, but we're going to bring the cameras along and we're going to bring you on this epic nighttime adventure in the mountains. Okay, so we have just run along the bank of the river. So the run we're actually doing today is the same run that we did in the previous episode, but obviously we are doing it at night. So we caught the last train out of Chamonix, whereas in the previous episode it was nice and sunny and we got some epic views. So this is a nighttime run in the mountains. We've come well prepared. So we've pretty much got a full kit, a mandatory kit for the CCC race in our vests. And we just thought it'd be a great bit of practice for Liga to get out in the mountains. How are you finding it so far?
It's fun so far.
It's cool, isn't it? It's a very different experience.
Yeah, I love it.
So Liga's never run out in the mountains at night. Obviously the CCC is 100k. I think it's a 26-hour cutoff, so she's going to be running all the way through the night. So what better practice to get out in the mountains under the cover of darkness before the race so that you can feel a bit more comfortable about it. You never want to make the first time doing something in a race. So we're going to get some good practice tonight. We have just arrived at the base of the climb, so the Col de Montettes. It's about 1,000-meter climb. It's a really nice climb. Like I said, you'd have seen it in the last episode in the daylight with all the spectacular views. Unfortunately, we're not going to get them tonight, but we're just going to fill up our bottles here at the water tap and then we're going to head off up the climb. Let's get some water. That's the poles out, ready to go. Let's get up this big climb. So we headed off into the darkness and along the trails, and I always find it a very different experience moving in the mountains at night, just focusing on that small pool of light from your head torch. But it wasn't long until the trails started to get steeper in gradient and up the climb we went. So there we were, thinking we were going to be the only strange people out on the mountain at night. We've just seen 8 people go past us on the way down. One of them didn't even have a head torch on. How crazy is that? After the busy and unexpected start to our run, things started to quieten down and we pretty much had these stunning mountain trails to ourselves. So the plan for the climb was to keep everything as consistent as possible. So nice, deep, regular breathing, a steady heart rate and taking in fluids often. And Liga had been practicing this since we got out to Chamonix, so that when the big day comes, it was just second nature and it didn't require a lot of thought. I've got to say it, Liga was getting stronger and stronger with every run and she was making this ascent look very, very easy, and it wasn't long until we had ticked off a big section of the climb. We have climbed 2,000 feet already. Pretty good going. You're making it look easy. Yeah?
Yeah, that's going quick.
Yeah, it helps under the darkness with no sun bearing down on you, but you're moving really well. It is time to take in some calories. Chin chin. Enjoy. It can be deceptive and running at night. You haven't got that sun beating down in you, so keep reminding Liga to little sips often, taking in that fluid, because you can forget to drink when you're running at night, although it's a pretty warm, muggy night, so we're still drinking plenty of fluid, and the energy is definitely going to help us get to the top. Right, not long to go. How cool is that? This is why running in the mountains is amazing. we thought we might see some wildlife, but I didn't think we'd see it that close. That is incredible. What are you up to, Mr. Mountain Goat? What are you doing? What are you doing there?
Close your eyes, hear the voice within, calling. This heavy load got under your skin, hauling. You got the white knuckles holding on it tight, keeping your feelings bottled up inside, heading for collision in the night. To really live, you gotta die. Breathe in, breathe out. Hey, come alive. Breathe in.
Okay, so that is the first summit ticked off. And what do you reckon, Liga? How do you reckon that went? Your first big summit under the cover of darkness with a head torch.
It was really good fun,
Yeah?
wasn't it?
You enjoy it?
Really good fun.
Quite different though than coming up in the daytime.
Yeah, it looks very different, and it's nice and cool, still mild for night time.
Yeah, amazingly cool up here. We got a little bit of a breeze. You know, you'd get cold if you stop, but when you're moving, working hard, you're keeping a good body temperature, which is nice compared to when we came up here in the blazing hot sun.
Yeah.
And wildlife, what about the wildlife?
Oh, it was amazing.
Mountain goats, we've seen several. One of them was massive, great big horns. We didn't want to disturb them, but they seemed pretty friendly. And we've seen some wild campers as well. Again, they were tucked up in their tents, fast asleep. Hopefully we didn't wake them up, but I think it's been a roaring success that first climb.
I feel really good as well. I feel like, you know, I have strength to march, you know, power march.
So you reckon that your body's acclimatising to the thinner air and the big climbs, and you're getting stronger, all the good stuff. And this is actually going to be the last climb of Liga's race in the CCC that we're doing today, and we thought we'd do it under the cover of darkness as well as in daytime, because she may well be coming up here as the sun rises, which should be a good feeling in the race. And then she's going to carry on this trail to La Flagère, where it'll be her last small checkpoint, and then it'll be downhill all the way to that amazing finish in the centre of Chamonix. But do you think this is good preparation for the race?
Definitely.
It's giving you a good insight into how different it is moving in the mountains on the trails at night.
It is very different, but I find it more fun.
Yeah, she's loving it. She's loving it. I don't know what I was worried about, but anyway, shall we crack on? We'll drop down, we'll get up to La Flagère, and then it'll be all the way downhill back to the adventure bus.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Now, I don't know whether you can see it like we can, but we've got this incredible view of Chamonix glistening away in the valley there, and that is where we're heading. That is, without doubt, the biggest caterpillar I've seen in my life. More wildlife on tonight's run. We've got a big toad sitting in the trail. What's he up to? I reckon he's waiting for bugs. This is the joys of running at night. You get to see all this wildlife that you miss in the daytime. You ain't gonna budge, are you? You're proper bold. Look at him. More wildlife on the trail. Look at Mr. Toad sitting there all proud. Awesome. We started to drop down from the highest point of the run at 2,200 metres, and it's a pretty technical section at the best of times. So under the cover of darkness, it is a big challenge, but great preparation for Liga and her race. The further we went along, the more runnable the trails became, but we still knew we had to remain super focused because we definitely didn't want any accidents. Now, we headed out of the nature reserve, and this sign is always a welcome sight because we knew it meant we were getting ever closer to La Flagère. Liga made really good time on this flatter section, but then it was the final sting in the tail and the tough, steep, challenging climb up to the final summit. But we pushed hard to the top, knowing well that this was the last big effort, and then it would be downhill all the way into Chamonix. Okay, so we have just gone over the final summit at La Flégère, and we are heading down the descent back into Chamonix. We're actually both running with Fenix head torches. It's obviously my head torch of choice. It has been for a long time. And I'm actually using tonight the new HM65RT V2. Liga has the DT on her head for the first time. And how are you finding the head torch?
I can't believe how bright they are. It's like daylight.
They're fantastic, aren't they?
Yeah, because it is so dark everywhere.
Yeah.
You kind of forget about it because it's just so bright. You can see every little bit, and you don't have to feel worried about running.
Gives you that confidence, doesn't it?
I can't believe how bright they are.
And we honestly have had it on the lowest setting for most of the run. We're going to put it on mid setting now that we're descending, just to give us a bit of clearer light ahead. And if you've been following the series so far, they're actually one of the sponsors of this series. You know, we only ever partner up with brands we believe in, and I really do believe in Fenix head torch. And I know a lot of you guys use them anyway, but if you are interested in a new head torch, we've got a discount code in the description below as well. So if you did want to try them, perfect opportunity. But yeah, so you're impressed. First time, impressed with it. Well, we've got this descent to go. It's about 900 meters back into the valley. So we're gonna put the head torches up nice and bright. We're gonna get running. So we're gonna switch the camera off, and we'll see you guys down in Chamonix. And just like that, we are down and back in the center of Chamonix. What do you think to that?
That was so much fun.
That is what I call an adventure. The descent, pretty technical at the top. If you've ever run that descent down from La Flégère, lots of roots, lots of rocks, so we took our time. But then when we got on that more runnable bit, she was flying. I was struggling to keep up.
No.
Great test.
Thanks so much for running with me.
I'm very proud of you.
You know, I wouldn't have done it without you, so thank you.
Quite a daunting thing to go out in the mountains. At one point we were 2,200 meters up in the middle of the night, all alone. So a daunting thing, but you did so well. I'm very proud. And it's great prep for the race.
Yeah, again, it's given me lots of confidence.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I felt really strong.
Confidence brings belief, and belief is what you need. So we're getting there.
Yeah.
Well done, well done. So it's actually 10 to 2 in the morning. We've been up working all day, pretty busy trying to finish videos off. So another great test, running tired, perfect training for the CCC. But we've got about half a mile to go until the adventure bus. I think we deserve a shower and a well-earned rest and a good night's sleep. So we'll see you guys in the morning. Morning folks. So yeah, I have a warm hat and a coat on today. It is quite chilly in the valley, and it's a little bit like Groundhog Day. So moody coffees in hand and a bag of tasty pastries. But what an incredible adventure we had out in the mountains under the cover of darkness. It really does change the whole atmosphere of being in the mountains compared to daytime, and I think it feels a little bit more adventurous and quite a bit more exciting, even though we did miss all those stunning views. It was great to see Liga moving really well, so really strong, super consistent on the climbs and running well on those technical descents, even though we were running at night time. It's incredible to see how quickly the body adapts to this mountainous environment, because we've only been out here 10 days and that was only Liga's 4th training run. We are definitely on course. Things are looking good for that big day when she takes on the CCC. But how did you find your first big nighttime mountain adventure?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. The main thing for me was to practice running with a head torch several hours at a time, and actually it was all right. Yeah, the torch felt comfortable on my head, and it lit up the trails really well.
So better than you thought it was going to be?
It was much better, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, Liga's obviously run with head torches before, but never for that sort of duration.
No.
The CCC, she's going to be running all the way through the night, so it was definitely good practice to get ready for the big day, and it was a thumbs up from us.
Definitely, it was really good.
So our Fenix head torches performed really well, and we were out in the mountains for about 5 or just over 5 hours. By the time we got back, we still had lots of battery life. We were running them on the lowest setting going up, and that was bright enough, but then we switched them up to full power on the technical descent, and it really did light up the trail well. Obviously Fenix head torches are one of the supporters of this series, and if you are coming out to UTMB and you pay a visit to the expo, Fenix have actually got a booth 32 at the UTMB Expo. So definitely worth going over, having a chat with the guys and checking out their full range of running head torches. Super bright, great burn time, really well manufactured and super simple to use. And I think the torch is going to work well when it comes to Liga CCC, and you know, she should be able to make it through that nighttime section of the race just on one battery alone. Obviously she has to carry spare batteries, a spare head torch and another spare battery as well, but you know, the burn time is pretty impressive on the torches, so she should be fine. And don't forget guys, we've also got a discount link in the description below for Fenix head torches. But for now guys, really hope you enjoyed coming along on this nighttime adventure. It's obviously a lot harder to film at night on the GoPro, but we really wanted to bring you along on all the adventures this year as we build towards Liga's big race. I've obviously got to thank all the sponsors of this year's series, so Fenix Lighting, Saysky Running Apparel and Precision Fuel and Hydration, because without their support we wouldn't be able to come out here and have this amazing trip and bring you guys all this content. So a big thanks to them. They've also been kind enough to give our wonderful viewers some discount codes, so they're all linked in the description below, so definitely go and check them out. But if you are enjoying coming along and watching Liga's prep for the big day, why not consider hitting that like button, leaving a comment below and subscribing to the channel, but also hit that bell icon, because then you'll be notified when we upload any new content to the channel and you're not going to miss any of the up and coming adventures. But for now guys, thanks for watching. It's really appreciated by myself and by Liga. We will see you on the channel very soon. We're going to drink some tasty coffee, and as always, stay safe and keep on running.